Good evening, everybody. It is Sunday night, and once again, we are here to play through another session of Like Clockwork, which is our live stream that runs as a companion to the comic book series Coddlesworth's Clockwork Circus. And yeah, we're excited to be here. Once again, we don't have Leah tonight. She is out indefinitely while construction occurs around her domicile, and she can't concentrate or play or do anything that she wants to do in her home, because that is the terrorism of construction. A moment of silence. Okay, so before we get into everything, let's talk about what we've got going on in the coming days and weeks ahead, especially this holiday season. I hope everyone had a really nice Thanksgiving. Whether you spent that with family or not, whether you had a good meal or not, or just had some time off, or even if you didn't have time off, hopefully no one was like a jerk to you while you're at work, because that is the worst. So we'll start with Roland. What you got going on in Seattle there, Roland?
You know it's nothing, but I'm gonna use this time to plug myself. Hey guys, you can find me on social media. I'm the Foulmouth Gent on every single platform that you could think of, even TikTok. So I'll use that as my moment.
Okay. All right, so we'll just go ahead and scoot on down counterclockwise to Randy. I know Randy's got stuff going on.
I do. I'm playing another game over on Dragons and Things this coming Wednesday of 10 Candles. So doing that. And then playing, we're talking about season 2 of Harbingers. It's being moved to a different production company. And we're also going to be shooting it in person. So I'm going down to LA to shoot that sometime soon because, yeah, I mean, it'll start like beginning of next year. But Cyberpunk is the new sort of story. And so I'm excited. It's horror. It's Cyberpunk. Come on and check us out. Follow me on Twitter, Roller Raja. If you can, that would be awesome.
So real quick. So it's season 2. Does that mean it's a continuation of the story somehow as you move into a new genre of? Okay, cool. I like it.
So I don't know how the story is connected. What I can tell you is we're playing 3 sets of characters for 3 seasons, and then the characters will come together, kind of like the MCU. So we have lots of characters, and they will be interacting sometime in the future somehow.
Like literally, like sci-fi, they just mold into a ball of humanity, just like this massive.
If you watched the season last time, you would know I have no idea what's going on, and I don't think anyone does. So,
yeah,
except Megan. Megan knows.
So, I think wasn't it like there was a lot of talk about how people thought Ciri from The Witcher was going to be in Cyberpunk 2077 because of like things that happened in like the story with Ciri and stuff. But then she wasn't. Everyone was disappointed. Sad. All right. Well, Leah doesn't have any announcements because she's a static image of Rosalia, who is off gallivanting somewhere somehow. What's going on in Chicagoland there, Alex?
No, it's cold. No, I got nothing.
It does get cold. I'm still thinking that your murder mysteries are would really be good for production and distribution. I think that's something.
I am writing another one currently. It's good motivation to actually sit down and finish it. So that's a good thing about the cold. I don't want to go out and do anything. So it's a good excuse for me to sit down and get more writing done.
Can I get the theme?
Right now it's a cooking like show murder. So
the theme is murder
Oh, its name was
mystery.
Murder and Cooking.
It was Martha Stewart. It was Martha Stewart.
I was actually going more
always.
like MasterChef style, but we'll see what happens.
Ooh.
Like it was a competition. Yeah.
But like Nigella Lawson, where it's microwave, because that's how she pronounces microwave. Microwave.
That's hilarious. I have to work that in there, John. Thank you.
I love me some Nigella Lawson.
Speaking of microwave, John, what's going on in Portlandia?
It was a really kind of bittersweet weekend for us here in Portland. We had so most musical theater people know Stephen Sondheim passed away this weekend, so that was something really
True.
well. It's difficult for me. It's difficult for many people. Like I didn't know him, but like he was one of the luminaries of my theatrical career, and a lot of what I do in playwriting is based on his work and Tennessee Williams. There's that, and we had a local theater legend pass away this weekend, pretty unexpectedly too. And so our community is grieving, but we're also we're gearing up for Fertile Ground. For instance, next weekend, which I won't be here, I'm going to be participating in a 48-hour play festival where I will get my prompts and my actors on Friday night, and then Sunday night we will have a Zoom live reading of our work, and then that will be put up to go up in January during lunchtime during what's called the Fertile Ground Festival of New Works, which will be completely online this year, which is really cool. And I'm also working on projects for the new year. I'm starting up a podcast outside of the Rem Alternus family. I'm doing it with a friend in the UK. And that's going to come out next year along with a Kickstarter. I've written a gay Cinderella musical, completely original songs, original plot. But it's Cinderella, but it's like an original version of it. It's an original adaptation featuring queer characters. And so I'm going to be doing a lot of great projects in the new year. So stay tuned to this space, except I won't be here next week. So next week, stay tuned to whatever your other Sunday night plans are.
All right, sounds good. And then last but not least, of course, is going to be Sarah, our vaunted presidente of Rem Alternus. Yeah, okay.
Sounds
Words,
like nothing.
Sounds like mute.
Shut up. I was like, yeah, do agree with me. I was just talking about how I've been watching a lot of Orange is the New Black for the first time, and you were like, yeah.
It is amazing. So
One of
like,
the
I feel
actresses went to my school,
Neat.
my art high school. Samira Wiley, who plays
Ooh.
Poussey.
Ooh, she's gorgeous, by the way.
She played a role in a play that I wrote when I was back in
That's
DC.
so cool.
Nice.
oh, that's
I
awesome.
I had a really cool moment too watching today in season 2. I have a friend, Natalie Knepp, and I was in the Cleveland Shakespeare Festival with her when I was like 15 or something like that. And periodically she shows up on stuff. She was in The Last 5 Years with Anna Kendrick. I just saw her in that, and she went on a date with Jason Biggs and ended up crazy. But every time I see her, she is like so pretty. And her intro used to always be Natalie Knepp, like Johnny Depp. But I love her to pieces, and so I got really excited when I saw her. So yeah, that's been my
So
jam
awesome.
so far. Yeah. In Rem news, it's more of the same. The new year is winding down. We're doing goals. We have some big goals for 2022. We're doing 6 Kickstarters, the first of which in January will be Coddlesworth's Clockwork Circus, issue 2, which for anyone new to joining us is the comic book, the original comic book we produced that Danny is the creator of, that takes place in the world of Kael'thas, which is the same world we are playing D&D in here tonight. So 2 different stories, but same world, same timeline. Yeah, and it's cool stuff. So really looking forward to that. Other than that, it's gearing up for trip back to the U.S. for the holidays. So,
All right.
what about you, Danny?
Well, we are cruising along on the comic book, and I did approve the sketch for the cover for book 2. And to celebrate that, I put together my cosplay for the governor, who is a character in the circus, and posted my first video of that today. It took forever because I did a thing where he like popped out of the cover sketch. Anyway,
I saw it. It actually looks really cool. I'm just looking forward to the next one because I don't get a good enough look at his face. And
yeah, the next one will be a lot more of his face.
yeah, your eyes are spoopy, but
you don't see really his. Well, that's me at the very beginning.
Yeah, but like,
it's a TikTok thing, so
the mask face though, I want to see it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, hold on a second. I'm not tethered. I can get it.
I'm so excited. Everyone stare at Danny's face. Danny
Well,
loves getting attention like this.
It's not my face. This is the mask that we're talking about.
When you're in character, you say "my." It makes a more convincing and better actor.
Also, great because it's not terrifying at all. Like, I'm definitely not going to have nightmares about that face.
That's awesome.
No nightmares.
How did you find a mask that so like perfectly fits?
What do you mean that perfectly fits? It's a mask.
Not the paint, but like it looks like perfectly like how you have it. Like,
yeah,
drawn,
is it like
you know
plastic? Yeah.
It's
like at the party store or something like that. You just found like a really good.
It's a mask. You go online to Amazon and you look up theater masks, and you can find a theater mask. And
about to pull out a mask to show you how different masks are.
Yeah. I think
it's a theater mask, and then there's masquerade. There's masquerade masks, right?
I think the ask was like, did you have it custom made?
No, and then I painted it because it was just a solid color, so I had to paint it.
Solid.
I'm getting all like weird and crafty and stuff. TikTok's doing things. Anyway, yeah, I'm learning like how to like do video. I got InDesign so I could do the source book for Miracle Dashta, and of course when you get it, you just get Premiere as well. And so now I'm like doing weird stuff with Premiere. Like anyway, so but that's not what we're here for. The cover is approved. We are halfway through illustrating the book. Everything is just really chugging along, and we definitely are going to be ready for that Kickstarter. So really happy about that, and that means we'll have the next book out soon. So let's get on into the game. It's been a week, and I'm ready to see what happens next. Ready to see if Aegis gets his bath. So let's go. It's about that time. When we last left our players, the caravan was about to make its way into Giulalati, and Rosalia turned out missing, which was a little bit disconcerting. However, there was no choice but to continue on and go into the city. There's no way you could just stay out and wait in the desert for who knows what. And when they arrived in the city, they noticed some individuals who were really interested in what was going on with the caravan. And so as the caravan was kind of pulling in, this man, a Shawnee man, dressed in robes, and all this headgear, if I gotta like itch the top of my head, dressed in robes, and he was flanked by two of the Inquisitors of Palacune, two dragon claws. Not Inquisitors themselves, but rather the warriors that travel with the Inquisitors. And they're kind of wondering what the Inquisitors might be doing there when, as Perunia was kind of trying to get a better look, she felt the approach of someone behind her and turned around and just nailed an old friend. Friend may be a little bit reaching, but in the face, and then realized that this was Tieske, who she had met in Merkudashta, a dragon claw there. And he quickly pulled her aside and explained that he was concerned about some things, some goings on, namely that the Inquisitor that he was tending with in Merkudashta had actually moved over here. And so he caught a ride on an airship and made his way to Gilaludi to find the adventurers here and maybe see if they could learn what was going on. They ended up meeting at the Twisted Banner, and there they talked to Tieske a little bit more about what was happening, learning that the Inquisitor had basically been attached to this Ishani man, this scholar, the scholars of Vaishan being the loose wizard order of the desert. And he wasn't certain what they were up to. And he was hoping that maybe this group would be able to find out a little bit. Still not fully trusting him and wondering if maybe some of it might have been a trap of some sort. They haven't really made their plans concrete yet. They do have some leads.
Except that I have informed this dragon that if they go awry of us, we do have a death parakeet on standby. Should they go awry of us?
We did tell him that. We did, yeah.
It is until he
Right.
proclaims his undying love for you, Perunia. Keep
I mean, if that happens, it won't just be a punch.
For you! It's so romantic!
Somebody stop me from punching Panabon in the face right now.
I will not
It's
stop you.
because you feel the romance.
Oh, God. Rudy walked the
I
other
feel
way.
like if that happened
Anyway.
in character, where if Perunia was like, somebody stop me from punching Panabon in the face right now, I'm not
Nobody did.
sure who would respond. Like,
The other question is because we left the Twisted Banner, did any of us resolve whether we left Zivid in the bathroom of the Twisted Banner and brought them to the lodge, or is Zivid still stuck in the bathroom of the Twisted Banner?
we were just
Well, we were on
leaving
the
at the end of
lodge.
last episode, right? Like
You were
the,
just
Like,
leaving
I
at the end of
have
last
left.
episode.
the
Okay.
conversation
So-
just ended.
Right. So after the conversation, the group then were approached by Noain, who is the orc that traveled with them from the Oasis, and are invited to the local Bujok lodge, the Bujok being the desert orcs, who have a lodge in practically every city. And with that, we begin with Zivid in the bathroom.
I'm gonna go and get Zivid because that's not nice of us to just leave them there. So probably having started walking away and then realizing that Zivid's not with us, I would turn around, be like, we forgot someone, and start heading back to go get him.
Right. And so you head back into the bathroom, and Zivid is just kind of sitting on the ledge of the sink, his little legs dangling over the side, and he looks up. Oh, hi, Mr. Lux. Is it safe to come out?
Yeah. One thing I'd like to tell you is, listen to us. I'm glad you stayed here. That's good. But if for some reason we had forgotten you, we got to figure out a way of communicating because my group isn't the most, let's say, prone to remembering things as we're walking away.
I mean, I wouldn't just I wouldn't just sit here all night long. If some time passed, I would check and notice you weren't there. But I don't think you'd forget about me.
Nah, not at all. We definitely did not forget about you. That's for sure.
I mean, you're here now. So
The case made.
Yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, we're heading over to the Blue Joke Lodge to stay tonight.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
It'll probably be pretty safe there.
Should be.
Okay.
And our friends are waiting, so let's
With
get
that,
at
he
it.
hops off the ledge, about a foot down, and kind of lands and scuttles on after you.
We don't talk about much. We just walk.
Yeah.
On the
right out.
on the way to the lodge, I speak in gnome to Zivit. It's what's the name of the language of the gnomes in this?
Foru.
Foru. I ask Zivit in Foru if they know any good love songs.
But there's what kind of love songs?
Well, Perunia's falling in love, and I want to make sure that at the right time we can serenade Perunia. So it's kind of like another person's love.
Oh,
I'm guessing this isn't gnomish, so I can't understand them.
right.
That's why it's the gnomish.
Yeah. Smart. Yeah.
I don't think that I off the top of my head I can think of any songs that about that in particular. But I mean, there's traveling with various crews of the airships and stuff. The songs are generally a little more graphic.
I mean, Perunia could probably handle graphic, but I don't think that's what we're going for here.
In Gnomish, can I say, Penabon, you've done a lot to risk your own life in the past, none of which has been as dangerous as what you are doing right now.
I live on the edge. What can I say? Literally, and I motion to the. I assume even going down, there's still a part of like the road or bridge that we're on that is. Because we're not very far down yet, are we? Right? Because geographically, it.
No, yeah, you are. You're still pretty close to the top, actually.
Yes.
So, yes.
It is very rude to have a conversation in a different language in front of people who do not understand you. Throwback to episode 2.
Nobody's perfect. I respond in the common tongue. Nobody's perfect.
And I'm saying that as you're like behind me and I'm walking forward.
Okay. Zivid says, I'm sorry.
Zivid, when did you appear? I thought you had fallen into the toilet.
Why would I fall in the...
You just were not around and now you are here. That's all.
Well, they said I should wait in the washroom in case there's trouble.
Oh, well, you are here. Congratulations. And I continue to walk forward.
I don't feel like I want any. Okay. And he continues to just kind of chuck along after you. It doesn't take that long to get to the Blue Joke Lodge, which is actually one level up from where you were, but it does have its own sort of plateau in the canyon. There's a lot of orcs here, a lot more than you saw in either Merkudashta at the lodge there or the lodge in Suslam before that one was destroyed. And Nowain just kind of moves very directly through and past several of the orcs. Most of them don't look up. They're all busy with their own thing. And the blue joke being generally pretty straightforward and direct, so they don't tend to, in times when stuff is happening or they're to be doing stuff, they tend to focus on that. There's a time to play and there's time to work, and right now it's still kind of time to work. But she does take you inside the lodge, and once inside, the temperature cools noticeably, and she takes you right into the large center chamber, and there, sort of sitting at a table talking to a few other orcs, is who you believe is probably the lodge master of this lodge. Nguyen waits several moments before kind of just clearing her throat. The largest of the orcs turns, and she says, "These are the guests that I spoke of." And he looks all of you over. And he stands and says, "I am Kreila Shetsu. I have heard of the deeds you have done on behalf of my brethren in Suzlum. You are welcome guests here."
Can you spell that, please?
It is spelled.
Or say it again, or something slower.
It is Kreil Shetsu. So Kreil. If you want to spell that, Kraeyl, and then you can spell. It's totally not this, but Shetsu is probably just the best way you're going to spell it in common.
I like it.
Oh, like a Tetsubo, but not. Yeah, I love that.
And he's the
Right.
lodge.
What he really sounds like when he says it is this.
Kuroshietsu.
Oh,
Raisetsu.
Yes.
Right. That's gonna be great to say. That's gonna be fun.
Do you need a tissue, Perunia?
Lodge Master, thank you for welcoming us into your lodge. This is, I think, a wonderful place for us to get our bearings as we explore your beautiful city.
Very good. There are rooms with standing beds that you will find in our guest quarters.
can you describe the look and condition of the lodge, please?
The lodge it's fairly Spartan, but it is clean, and there are several, like the table they're sitting at, there is gold inlay along the sides of it. It's fairly nice, if simple and utilitarian.
What kind of weapons do they favor? Like, are they a sword? Are they a fist? Do they use bow staffs? What kind of weapons do they seem to favor that we can tell?
Orcs in general in Ishan, they tend to gravitate towards curved swords, spears, and crossbows or bows. Some of them have firearms, but not a lot of them. But they do favor like a curved sword.
As we're, getting ready to go to our rooms, I will say we're not sure how long we're planning to stay in the city, but if you have need for a crew like ours, I look around at our weapons, suggestively, we'd be happy to handle anything you need from us.
Sparingly, not repeatedly.
Or higher.
Dependent on situation, maybe not with any sort of demon involvement or anything like that.
I'm wondering if you throw the swords at the right angle, if they'll come back at you, like with the curve of them aerodynamically.
They will not.
What if you throw them really hard?
They will go further in the one direction.
if you continue to respond to them, they will just continue to go. This will go on forever.
Is
Right.
it easier to like split someone in half with the curved sword? Like, because I find like I don't know. What do you think?
No, Wayne, why don't you show us the rooms?
Yeah, we're honored. And he starts sort of trying to push Panabon sort of to the side a little bit.
And of course, Perunia, you remember specifically, and some of you may also remember that orcs tend to only have a second name. So they have their given name. They only tend to have a second name if they've earned it. And of course, as a lodge master, you expect that he's earned it. And as Nguyen is taking you to the rooms, she explains to you that Krail's surname is Sharkspike, which has been earned from fighting with the Meshprezu, which are the another ethnicity of orc that maraud the seas.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Sea orcs?
sea orcs.
See, pirate orcs, more like.
Pirate orcs?
Pirate orcs,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes, Rosalie and I had the fun of fighting with some.
I rode a pirate ship to get here.
You're just telling me this now? You could have been telling me this all the time in the desert. You're just now telling me you rode a ship with pirate orcs?
Me and Aegis have been on many an adventure. I mean, we basically did some island hopping back in the day.
Yeah. But pirate orcs. You didn't feel like that was important to tell me when we first met? Like, hi, my name
This
is
is
Lachlan.
uncommon to you, pirate orcs?
I mean, yeah. I mean, they sound really like. Do they have like hats of some kind? Like, I envision pirates all have like different hats to tell you what rank they are on the ship. Like,
You are profiling the.
I don't think you've actually ever seen a pirate.
I mean, I've seen plays about pirates. I have this one thing I do with like juggling balls where it's like I'm a pirate and I have like a hat, and people in Pelican really liked that, you know?
But you've never seen a pirate before.
I mean, but I assume they have hats.
This is questionable. In Chai Tua Ting, it is very common for orcs to come and stay in our village. So I have extensive knowledge of orc pirates, and I even in Orcish I say I even speak the language a little bit.
What's the language called?
Show off.
Okay. Oh. I thought you said
Yeah,
show
yeah.
off.
Not the national language.
Show off?
Orcish is called Zart.
I actually said show off in Orcish back to Aegis.
Of course you did.
I had to check and make sure I knew it. I wanted to.
Yes, this is what the name of the Orcish language is.
Zart.
Very, very simple, very short.
What I said.
Yeah.
I said that.
So, all right. Yeah, and she starts to the standing beds for orcs are regular beds. They call them standing because beds have legs, and orcs tend not to care about that kind of thing. So,
I definitely thought that he meant like bunk beds.
Yeah, I envisioned bunk beds too.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm glad it's not. 'Cause for me, it's a little
You say
heavy for a
standing
bunk
beds,
bed.
Danny. I'm gonna imagine Borg like alcoves.
Standing coffin.
that's what I imagined. That's
Yeah.
what I imagined people would kind of picture.
Good reference.
But yeah, it's just beds with legs. Hence, they stand because they have legs.
The inclined beds from Babylon 5. The chat made me laugh. Thank you.
So, yeah, there you go. It is getting a little bit later, so it's possible you might want to rest for the night, or you might want to do something else. Your stuff is still kind of stored away, but there's plenty of space here for you once you get the stuff to bring it here.
Is it private or is it like one of those like?
No, it's fairly private. It is a little bit open, but there's no one else there, and you take up most of it. So, like maybe if they had like another guest or two, but it's rare for them to have guests that they allow to stay in the lodge. So,
I find a bed next to a corner. I put my heavy ass bag down. Unpack a few things for comfort. And then I straighten my back, leave my bag behind, and walk up to who wants to take a bath.
With you?
Yes, with
Who's
me.
taking a bath with you?
Whose back will I scrub? Just kidding. Just kidding. I think it'd be natural to go to Locks. Mr. Locks,
Yeah.
I feel like I have never bathed in all of my life.
Bit of an exaggeration there, wouldn't you say, Aegis?
I mean, you didn't get some water from the river, or you
No.
just went straight. No, that explains the smell. I thought it was the camels, but okay. Wait, how bad does he smell, Daddy?
So there are ways to clean yourself when you travel in the
But
desert.
apparently, A just didn't do
He
that.
didn't do any of them. I don't understand it.
I feel like
I think for cleanliness.
I feel like A just hasn't taken a bath.
Yeah,
Okay.
no bath. But
Okay,
I'm obsessed with like
Right.
hygiene. So
that makes sense. All right. Well, I think you're right. There's an entire film of dirt on me, so I could use a bath probably. There's a bathhouse. Maybe we should ask some of our friends and see if they want to go.
hey, everyone.
You don't have to do it like that, Aegis.
Hey,
Hello.
thank you.
And if I'm saying that Davis goes hello, like they're across the tent.
We are going
Hello.
to find a bathhouse. You are all invited to come, or not?
Yeah, okay. I'm in.
I will not. I feel very uncomfortable about the scary magical item slash z that we have, and all of our worldly possessions. So I'm gonna use my new spell to kind of set make a lock that is kind of a magical trap to it. So that worst case scenario, like a big like prestidigitation boom and sparks and stuff go off, it doesn't cause damage, but like everyone in the tavern will hear it and be alerted. So like the person's got to go. Same thing to the window if there is one. So it'll take
That's
me
if
time
they
to
care. But I'm just kidding.
Oh, I reach into where would it be? I go back into my bag. I pull out a sack of an undetermined amount of money,
Ooh.
and I throw it in the middle of the room, and I say, "This is the payment that we received for the caravan. I just want to say bitaru to all of you for always having faith in me and never trying to go behind my back to talk to the caravan driver to change the plan."
Wait, that was an option?
You're totally welcome.
Wait, that was an option. You could have done that.
Solid specific, friends.
Yeah, it would have been heartbreaking to not allow a man of my skill to do his job. But you all of you never doubted me from the very beginning of episode maybe 3 or 2 or 4.
What?
I can't remember.
An episode? What?
I don't even know what that is.
I feel like Aegis is like
you'll get it.
Abed, where he's a little bit meta. If he starts narrating for us, I'm going to be concerned.
They all thought deeply about what he was saying at the moment.
They were all properly shamed.
You notice Lox is not shamed at all. He just kind of leans up against the wall and goes, "Okay."
I'll hold on to Rosalia's portion.
I was
Fair enough.
actually hoping to get some sparring in while we're here. So if I don't do it tonight, I may see if. Do you think, Perinia? Do you think the orcs would let me spar with some of them?
Ooh,
So
this is a great Great
I
idea.
think they probably would. I think that
They're
like they
toddlers
do care
only,
about.
though.
I
So,
mean, they
with my-
think about. Yeah, they're not gonna like unless you're doing a special like weapons fighting thing, and they would like. They're more particular about who they would let spar with that. They probably don't want to do weapons with somebody that they don't know. So if you do some empty hand combat, maybe they'll let you, or they'll just put you against somebody they think would absolutely kill you, in which case they will let you use your daggers. But that's not really somebody you want to spar with either.
Can
That's
heal
true.
you.
I'll have to think about it. Well, it's just it's one of those things where like I don't feel like I'm fast enough as I could be. You know,
I think you're pretty fast, Panabon, but can you take a punch from an orc pirate, or they're not pirates here, but an orc?
I mean
You miss every punch that you
that
dodge.
you know of. I mean, until I'm proven otherwise, I believe I can.
Panabon, why don't you and I spar? Why don't we start there? I can help you.
Great.
First, we'll go and bathe.
Yeah, we'll do training montage later. Let's go take a bath.
Ooh, can we make a
What is this
montage?
montage? What is it?
Montage.
When you want to get clean and then train with the orcs, you got a montage. All right. So moving on.
Well, before we do, can we actually put something together with that? Danny, you make the music and we'll just take the character images, the character art, and have them like.
Perhaps we shall see. All right.
Bonus content.
So with that, you exit from the lodge. It is getting a lot darker and very quickly because you are sunken in within the canyon, as it were. It's an interesting sort of situation because you think of a canyon a lot of times. You just think of like there's a side and a side. They go down, and then there's the bottom of the canyon. River runs through it. But here at the Delta, through some trick of geology, or it's hard to say how it ended up this way, but the way that the mouth, the delta, kind of spreads out into all these fingers, and so there's all of these kind of separate towers of rock that rise up, and then you have the walls of the canyon that actually kind of widen out, and so within that are all of these like mesas and buttes and the like that kind of rise up. And so nestled in there, it is definitely, it gets darker much faster than it would if you were just right up on the top. And you do see there are Ishani, yes, there are Ishani that are kind of scurrying about, lighting up certain lampposts. There are some that kind of are, as it gets dark, lights are flickering on here and about as people are turning on electric lamps. You do notice that there is a series of wiring that kind of runs throughout the city as well, allowing it to kind of have a lot of that power. Something that was missing in Merikodashta, actually, but they have power there, but it's more localized to various areas instead of being some sort of grid. And this seems to have a power grid of some sort.
Fascinating.
I bet a gnome made all these things. They're very good
So-
with their hands.
On the way out, then I'm gonna and I'm assuming Nguyen left us when we dropped off our bags. Go up to just one of the orcs and you know, in Ashani say, you know, thank you for having us as guests. Would you have any recommendations for a bathhouse that's not too expensive, but not too dirty?
Am I at earshot?
Do you speak Ashani?
Yes. No.
Do you seek merely to clean, or are you looking for relaxation?
Well, we just got paid, so let's say
yes.
in particular, but I do know that if you go down perhaps 3 or 4 levels, you will find what you are seeking.
Okay. And then I assume there's an area for training that we might find tomorrow to work out in.
He kind of gestures to what is a lot of the wide open space within the lodge, and ground that is not taken can be used by any who have a right to be in the lodge.
I incline my head and tell him thank you in Ishani. All right, guys, I got us a place.
Yeah. What is the name of this place?
No idea, but it's 3 or 4 levels down.
The whole level, or like how are we gonna find this one place on?
It seems
I'll
like
make a
it'd be
map.
hard to
We'll be
miss.
fine. I'll make a map. We'll be fine.
All right, lead away.
Prunia very confidently leads away.
All right.
Match your stride.
I want to lean towards Aegis and just be like, how long you think it's gonna take us to get there?
Hopefully not long.
I do perception in case we're being followed by a thief that can definitely smell rube marks from another city.
Okay. So the first thing we're going to have you do is we're going to have Perunia make a perception test.
I'm sure this is going to go great. Uh-oh. Let me try that again. Come on. Fantasy Grounds.
Ooh,
Oh, that was almost a much better roll.
not too bad.
Well, with that 13, you do find a way to go to start descending without too much trouble. You don't find any like stairs that go down and then lead to you having to backtrack. So you don't ever have to backtrack to get down to where you're going. And you do notice the further down you go, the more well appointed it gets just in general. And it's very subtle at first, but since you're not trying to stay on any given level, by the time you get about 3 levels down, it's very much noticeable that there is a difference in wealth. There's a difference in how people are kind of moving through the city. And you find that there's several like stalls along the streets where they're serving up various street food, so street food carts. There are some taverns that are open, and every once in a while you actually have to cross over like a bridge. And at the top they're very much like rope bridges. Down here there's some rope bridges, but they at least have like flat plank bottoms, but there's also some stone bridges and metal bridges in certain areas. Some of them are rather wide as well, making them a lot safer to cross.
Do I see any late night buskers or anything like that?
Why don't you, Panabon, make a insight check? As you are moving through the crowds, you do notice a couple of individuals that are, it's not so much what they're doing, but you see some signs that indicate that they know each other, are associated in some way. You don't know yet if it's like guild or if it's some other thing that's going on, but they're definitely worth keeping an eye on.
I think I'm gonna like it here.
Randomly stated to the air.
Do you actually say that?
Yes, no, I said that out loud.
Oh, perception check, please. Because now I'm worried about what Panabon saw.
Okay, make that perception test.
We do that every time Panabon says a random thing, and we're gonna have to be here a long time.
Yep.
So you are looking around. You don't see anything that is particular, but you are being a lot more wary and just ensuring that no one messes with you is kind of probably enough at the moment. But yeah, so
Cool.
as you're moving through the streets, it does become apparent to Perunia that there are several businesses, so taverns and the like, but there eventually you're winding around and you do see a bathhouse ahead. Whether it's the one in particular you want or not.
I point it to you guys. That wasn't hard to get to at all. I don't know why you guys ever doubted me.
Insight check. I'd like to assess the entrance of the bathhouse. I want to see what I think of it. Like my judgment of it. Is it ritzy enough for me? Is it? I'm looking for something bougie. So
I'm sure
I
the
did this
bathhouse
for
is not a death
relaxation.
trap of any time.
So go ahead and make an insight check, I suppose.
Ooh, can I do that too? I just want to know.
Absolutely.
I'm sure it's bougie enough.
not when you roll a 2, you don't know.
Okay, so
Lox, it has a discerning eye, though.
I have a +6. This is ridiculous.
so it's good. It's good. There are definitely more posh, more pampering sorts of places, and you imagine being still not even halfway down, that there's definitely places where they will take a lot more money from you to offer you more services. But this is nice. It looks nice on the outside. It looks clean. It looks well cared for. There is steam kind of coming out of the front just a little bit. You can barely notice it, but it is coming out the front, and people are kind of going in and out.
Yeah.
Forward. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think this place looks pretty good, Perunia. Good job. I'm sorry for doubting you. And he tips his hat.
Why do you people doubt Perunia? Perunia is amazing.
I kind of lead the.
I look at Panabon sideways, like maybe Panabon's just being sarcastic right now, but I can't tell because Prunia's not very good at that.
I kind of lead the way up, and when we get to the front, I assume that there's somebody standing there, trying to get people to come in or something like that. Is that a good assumption or
A host?
Not barking so much, like not a barker, but there is someone there that is ready to receive customers as they arrive.
What are your rates?
You say this in common?
Yep, first.
Looks at you appraisingly, and then just a bath, 2 silver pieces.
Do you have other amenities such as massage or acupuncture, other like?
Massage,
Steam room
yes.
right here would be great.
A steam room, yes. I do not know what is acupuncture.
This is not the place. Next.
Aegis. Maybe you can find an acupuncture or place next time. Maybe we just get,
I look at you. I look at you, and my facial expression is immovable. Like,
Perunia.
Wait,
I've seen Aegis like this. He's not going to change his mind.
What is acupuncture? Does it involve stabbing?
Light stabbing, therapeutic stabbing.
What do you mean therapeutic stabbing? What do you mean?
Do you remember when Perunia was in her competition at the other lodge?
Oh yeah, no, I remember that.
Actually, you do not remember because you're not in the room.
Oh, it was before I got there. Okay.
You were outside.
I mean, I was there for some of that, but yeah, no.
There's a method using needles, and I pull out a set because I can do it. a method of opening the pathways of energy in the body of an individual.
Like in the eyeball.
Sure.
Wow. Are you sure not just talking about stabbing someone? Because it sounds like you're talking about stabbing someone.
Not quite. If we find somewhere that has this method, you should experience. If not, I will maybe work on you later.
Aegis,
Sure.
one
All
quick
right.
question. How do we even know that they have acupuncture in this part of the world? I get that it's a thing where you're from, but we don't have it in Istapreneur, so I don't know if it's
I've
a thing
never heard of
everywhere.
it.
I don't know.
I mean, if there's stabbing involved, I'm all in. Like,
Yeah,
all in
I'm
for stabbing.
sure that's true, Panabon, but I'm trying to relax, not get arrested. You know what I mean?
Stabbing is relaxing.
We
I feel
will,
like you're not giving stabbing a chance.
we will find a bathhouse with at least 2 or 3 more amenities than they offer here.
That's kind of okay. I guess we're not going here now.
And then, like a rich asshole, I turn around and I walk away.
You should all
Okay.
leave.
Like a
I
snobby
just
rich asshole.
I look at Pernia and I'm just like, let's go inside. Like I'm making the hand motion to go inside anyways.
No. We're not splitting up the group tonight. Come on, Panabon. I'm so sorry.
She just the host there kind of just shrugs their shoulders, and then you turn and walk, perhaps to find another bathhouse. And with that, we are going to take 10, and we will be back after 10 minutes and see if they find the bathhouse of Aegis's dreams. And we are back. Thanks for sticking with us through the break. Hope you saw something interesting, and we are about to find out if there is a better bathhouse for Aegis to go to.
Perunia, weren't you in charge? Weren't you leading this expedition?
Okay, I got us to the first one. If he wants to go find another one, that's on him.
Why didn't we just go to that one? He can find.
No, you don't understand when and Locks is sort of like when he gets like this, he is dead set on it. There was one time he wanted some peanuts, and we had to go around to like 12 different stores to find it.
Wait, we could have peanuts? There are peanuts? Where are there peanuts?
I didn't say there were peanuts now, but I'm saying we just let him tire himself out, and we'll be okay.
There could be peanuts, right? Like at some point.
You will thank me later.
So,
All right.
Danny, just want
Okay.
to remind you too that I stayed behind to cast spells.
Okay. All right. So as you are moving down and getting ready to head to the next level, someone does approach and speaking in the common tongue. Excuse me. I hear that you are seeking a finer bathhouse than the one you approached before.
Inside check.
Make an
I don't
inside
trust
check.
people. I don't trust people on the street.
Who did you hear that from?
God.
So, if you are Aegis, this is some street vagabond that is asking if you want him to help you find a bathhouse. If you are Perunia, you get a sense that there is something else going on. And one moment.
So cruel. The dice are so
You could already be in a bathhouse. You're the one that has made this choice for us.
And yeah, so it's someone that there's something else that is kind of going on.
I think we should follow them.
Huh.
I don't think anything bad would happen, and I think it would be perfectly safe. You seem like a fine person.
I nod back to them and say, "Lead us on."
Ah,
We are
very
going
good.
to follow this street person.
I elbow him.
By the way, my name is Avril. Hi.
No, my name is Avril. Panfon, you
All
can't just
Avrils.
take my name.
We're a group of traveling Avrils.
I can't even.
Before we decide to follow you, say your spiel.
No spiel. I am just wishing to direct friendly visitors to our lovely city of Julaluti to find the wondrous things they wish to find. And I assure you, there is no greater bathhouse for public use than the Askukur Surai.
I'm not in the mood to have my time wasted.
No
What would you
waste.
say is the most wondrous sight in Gialaluti?
Do
The
they have
most-
acupuncture?
What is that?
It's a method of which you use needles to unlock the energy pathways in a human being's body. Sorry.
I'm certain you are making that up.
Maybe he is, maybe he isn't.
Can I? No, I'm not doing that. Never mind. I was gonna prove it, but I'm not doing that. Fuck this guy.
Yes. Well,
I-
in
I
any
look at-
case,
I look at Perunia.
I raise an eyebrow saying, I think we should follow where this goes.
Okay.
Very well.
I want to I want to be towards the back of our group and sort of look around for anyone else telling us.
make a test of perception.
Yes.
As he turns and leads you on down. So it is down to the next level, which means nicer. Now, as you're traveling,
I start whistling the Universal Rogue Guild anthem just to see what happens.
I want you to know every time I hear something about the Rogue Guild, I go, they obviously want everyone to know they're in the Rogue Guild.
the Universal Rogue Guild's anthem.
Does it sound like the ants go marching along? Because that would be great. Thanks.
So, two things. One is I did neglect to mention that the city guard here. So in Merkodash, it's the Red Sashes, and they're mostly situated in the north of the city, and in the south part of the city, across the river, where the Gazadob is, there are not that many guards. Here, they seem to be at all levels, and the further down you go, the more there are. And they're not Red Sashes, of course. That's the guards that are from Merkodash. These individuals, they actually have brass cuirasses. I don't know if I say that word right. I've never actually heard someone say it, and so
Neither have I.
say it how it's spelled.
How do you-
Cuirass.
UI.
Anyway, I never liked the way it sounded, the way I pronounce it. Anyhow, so there are a lot of them, and you do feel like, unless you get taken into some weird alley or something, like the threat of being murdered is fairly low. That said, Lux, you do definitely see that there is someone else that has taken an interest in the group and is following from a distance.
Okay.
Not about
Wait,
murder.
is
about
said person potentially an orc? Or is the person talking to us an orc?
Neither of them are orcs.
Just an orcish, because now that I remember I speak that. And so do some other people in our party. I'm going to say this so that Roland can, or not Roland, Aegis can hear me. And I go, There's a tail at our whatever o'clock that person is. And I just say, act cool.
You see me pause for a second. I don't look at you or anything, but that's like my, the confirmation that I heard you. Just like a little pause. I don't have any language that Perunia speaks that only we speak.
Yeah, that's okay.
Perunia would understand orc, right? Orcish, right?
I don't.
Oh, what? As
I'm
much
very
as you're friends with the orcs?
I know normally speak
But
Ishani
Perunia-
with them because they
Perunia
are.
is a fist.
Yeah.
So like,
They speak fists. That's true.
Yeah. Also fists. Yes. And I just want to clarify because I feel like this is important right now that Zivid stayed behind with Shayloon. We would not let Zivid back out because he might have a warrant out for his arrest right now.
You're confined to your quarters, young man.
We said
It's
it
not that
nicer
you
than
did
that.
something-
I mean, Perunia probably didn't say it nicer than that.
it's not that you did something wrong. It's that your life is in danger.
Yeah, it sounded more like that.
The individual is leading you down one level, kind of through a set of streets where there's definitely a lot of traffic moving about. Less businesses, but still a lot of people. And then down another level. You're getting to a point where you think you can hear the water of the river kind of moving down below. It's not like a fast rushing sound, but because there are so many splits and so much going on down there, you can hear it. And you can also the air is a lot moister here. There is almost what?
That's my
almost
kind of
air. almost like there is a very light, very very light fog, sort of kind of in this area, and as the lights are shining, there's a halo kind of around each of them as they shine kind of through this mist.
How far back was that guy tailing us? Just
we've got his
approximately
security headphone in.
It's pretty far back. It's about as far back as he can be without completely losing you, but he does allow you to leave his sight. I mean,
yeah. Oh no, I'm fine with him doing that. I'm just planning to surprise him if something goes down. Cool.
Well, I'm going to become bosom buddies with this guard and be like, so, are you into gardening by any chance?
With the person who's leading you?
Yes.
Oh.
Can I simultaneously insight him? I want to see his reactions to well, I mean, if I might be able to pick out some revealing through all this antics, if I can, anything I can disclose.
Anything you can discern from their
as it happens.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Sorry, go ahead, John.
He does look over at Panabon and kind of nods. Gardening, sometimes. You bury the seed, see what grows.
It's true.
Wow, you sound like you're really good at that.
There's lots of profit to be had in gardening different things, and of course, they're all manner of insect and snake that goes with gardening. So, like, how many rings do the snakes have in your garden here in Gialaludi?
Snakes. Not so many. But it is important for us to keep our garden free of pests.
Oh, I agree with that, yes.
Sometimes a creature arrives and they are welcome. But oftentimes you have to destroy all of them, or else the garden is ruined.
I like a garden full of diversity myself. Diversity of creature, of flower, of hope.
The garden may be diverse, you just want to get rid of the destructive elements.
I like scorpions in my garden. Something noble about the scorpion.
Perhaps. What I do not like is when something comes in and starts to scare away the more beneficial visitors.
That's fair. Very fair.
In any case, and with that, you kind of round a corner, and there in front of you is the opulent front of a very large. It's actually built into the cliff, so you have actually reached the actual main side cliff. There's columns are carved out of the cliff itself, and the entryway is maybe 15 feet tall, about 25 feet wide as it goes in, and you can just see the steam wafting sort of out of it. And the people that are kind of moving in and out are...
The stream froze.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it.
money.
Danny, go ahead and finish your description, but I'm going to need to take it to break to fix the cameras.
Yep, go ahead. Yeah, it's super nice
Okay.
bathhouse.
Very, very
like-
nice bathhouse.
Yes, Roman plus pyramids. It's like Roman Egyptian bathhouse.
I want you
Oh,
all to
ooh.
take this in as we go to break. So close your eyes and visualize until
Ooh.
you hear our dulcet tones return, and we will be right
So
back.
pointy.
I
And yes, so we left off. There was this built into the actual side, the sidemost cliff wall is a very large, is well appointed, opulent columns carved out of the walls itself. The opening is a grand entrance, some 15 feet by 20 feet wide or so, and the people that are moving in and out are. They are the sort of people that sound like big money or look like money.
Oh, this is going to be expensive.
The various people who are working, if you will, this is one of those places where they hire beautiful people, right? So
They all look like me. I get it. It's okay. No, you can say they all look like Banabon.
They're a little bit taller than Panabon, like by
Well,
twice
no
as
one's
much.
perfect. No one's perfect.
But yeah, so it's people that are well muscled. There's not anyone that society might look at and feel any sort of negativity about how they look, appearance wise.
I lead up to the front, like the last place. I assume there's a host.
Yes, it's a bare-chested young man, probably in his low to mid 20s, and he kind of crosses his arms. His chest muscles kind of push forward.
Of course they do. You look like you take a lot of protein in your diet. What are your rates?
What are you seeking?
I seek a relaxing bath, perhaps a massage, perhaps some of your local healing methods that I cannot find in Denong.
The rate is 5 gold piece per individual. You have access to all amenities.
Food?
There is food.
I turn around. This is the place.
All right, great.
Aegis, this is a little bit rich for my taste.
I have it. This is on me.
This is why Shayloon holds the money.
We all have our own, I would assume, from that.
Yeah, we did. We
Great.
did pick her up.
So-
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
let's go.
as you go, the man that led you is like, well, I hope you enjoy your time at the bathhouse. And I enjoyed our discussion about the garden. Perhaps if you wish to speak more on that, find me, and he slips a piece of paper to Panabon. And we can
go up to him.
we can talk of it. Yes.
Sorry, I go up to him and I say, I am sorry that your appearance is as suspicious as it is, and I doubted you. Here you go for your trouble, and I hand him a silver.
You tipped him.
Oh no! Because right after that tip, and Aegis turns his back and walks away. I walk over and I go, I also don't like being followed without my permission. So just tell your friend back there, he ain't as sneaky as he think he is. And I turn around and walk away.
The garden has many rocks.
Many rocks. He flips the coin, catches it, and turns and whistles as he walks away.
Wait, does he whistle the?
It is the universal. No, it is not the universal Rogues Guild song. Yes, I mean, unless you have like music theory, because it could be in a different key. No, I'm just kidding.
I don't.
I mean, I have performance, but I already know what I'm talking about, so I don't need to roll. Like, I've either gotten it completely right or completely wrong, but either way, I'm happy.
So meanwhile, up in the lodge, Shayloon, you are casting a variety of spells.
Yes.
What's going on up there?
So, first I am focused on the door lock mechanism, where I have it set to a very specific action, and that is if something triggers the mechanism without the key, like a lockpick would, or a bobby pin, or do they have bobby pins? I don't know. But whatever they use to pick a lock, it's trapped. Like, you know, something where if you didn't have a key, like trunks get trapped and stuff like that. So when that happens, that's the trigger, and it will make like this shock happen that'll zap the user and make a really loud bang sound. What?
A really loud squeak noise?
No, it's a bang.
This is all very lovely. However, there is no locking mechanism because there is no door.
There's no door on our...
No, there's no door. There is a small, like a walkway that goes in that provides some privacy, but the orcs tend not to have doors that lock or keep people in and out, other than their like main entry. So the lodge itself is very open. That said, there are places, and you do have tools to set up your various things as like connectors, wires, or
you know what? I'll set something up with like a blanket from being on the caravan or something, and I'll do the thing like they did in junior high trips where you go to a hotel room and they put tape on the door, and so if you leave your room, they know because the tape is loose. So that kind of thing will be my trigger for my device here.
Also, you have all of Panabon's ball bearings. You could totally set up like Home Alone Micro Machine style traps with like the ball bearings.
I'm not going to go through your stuff though. Like that's That's a you thing.
yeah.
That's not a me thing.
So
If the ball bearings are left
as you're
out, so it's like if the ball bearings are left out, it's fine.
as you're setting up some of the things, Zivid kind of pokes up. But Michelle Loon, what is it that you're doing?
I'm protecting our assets, including ourselves. We are assets. And I'm like still like moving around and cross-referencing books and tweaking things and
What do you think? What do you think that the man at the caravan stop was looking for?
in Uzenda stuff.
Yeah, I suppose so.
There was I think you would probably here. Oh wait, hold on. I forgot that Shay's deception is terrible. So let me rewind that because I was just gonna slip right into that lie, and then I had to stop myself. So I kind of like go through the. Doesn't he know? No, he doesn't, because he wasn't with us. Well, he's with the group now. That doesn't mean that we tell him all our secrets. Yeah, you haven't talked about the group yet, so therefore don't tell him right now. So that kind of all happens as her eyes dilate, like get really like, oh shit. And she goes, well, you should probably know better than we would because you were leading Uzenda to the caves. So what was Uzenda looking for there? I bet that's what he was looking for, the guard. I bet, because what else would he have?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So, but there wasn't anything there. Was there? We didn't find anything.
Lost treasure, I suppose. Riches, maybe.
But we don't have anything, so we shouldn't have to worry about them, right? Because then if they would just get to find us, and we would say we don't have anything.
But if they get curious about what happened to Uzenda, that's where we don't want to talk to them.
Oh, but Uzenda tried to kill me. So I mean, that man was with the dragonborn inquisitors.
Yeah, but if he's got money and power and has friends in high places, then they're going to care more about him going missing than if you had gone missing. So they might, even though he was the bad guy, that might not mean that they're on our side for being the good guys.
I mean, not for nothing, but he didn't seem too upset about Uzenda being gone, just more about his things, which kind of seemed.
Well, again, if he was expecting a treasure and there wasn't a treasure, but we don't want to be, put in the spotlight for or anything for stuff we don't have or have knowledge about. We'd rather just not be involved.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
I smile a little, like I did it.
I just think it's strange. I've never dealt with anything like this. I just on a crew, everything is just more straightforward, and maybe the captain has to deal with stuff like this, but I never did. I just just did my duties, and so you must be really used to this, because you're like you've been like like adventuring, I guess. So is I just want to say that I think that you are I think that you're very brave to and you're pretty smart. Yeah, that's all.
I don't. That's pretty much the reaction. She doesn't know what to say. Like, she's awkward about it, but she also, like, again, without the group, doesn't want to reveal too much about herself or her own story. So anything she would say to that just kind of gets stuck in her throat. And um. So, are you a good fighter? What are your trade skills?
I no, I mean, I guess I can shoot a gun pretty good. We learned that. And I know how to fly. To navigate to know which way to go in on a ship. And I was the journeyman navigator on the last ship. So and that's pretty much it, I suppose. I mean, I can work the the mechanics of the ship. But
So you're mechanical. Do you make anything?
I mean, not so much building things. I can work with things. I can fix some things, but I don't have the creative creative like like uh, Nagatsu. You know who that is. He's and the individual he just named is basically the Tesla of gnomes.
Cool.
You know, like that, like him, and you seem like you can you've got a mind for that sort of thing, but
Yeah, that's
it's not
what.
my gift.
Uh, well, if you fix things, maybe you could take a look at this. And I dig through my satchel and pull out the compass. And I had worked on it a bit on the desert road, but since you're a navigator and you said you can repair some things, maybe this it was broken when it was given to me. I mean, it'd be nice to get it working in case we ever get lost in the middle of the desert. Um, but take a look, see if it's is it up and running? Did I fix it, or did I choose the wrong setting for north, or what?
Oh yeah, sure. He accepts the compass and kind of turns like he's maybe been dismissed, but not like despondently. And he's just kind of looking at the compass as he turns. This will give me something to do, since the others seem to want me to stay out of sight for now.
Yeah, actually, it would be probably good for you to stay in here because this is the room I'm protecting. So that way, I mean, if you're next door and someone breaks in and were to kidnap you, and I have this place set but not that place set, that would be pretty silly. So, probably be
Oh,
best if you stay in here.
okay. Okay. I'll stay in here. And he just kind of looks around the room for a minute, just kind of lost, and then just moves over to one of the beds and hops on it and sits down cross-legged and starts fiddling with the compass. And
Here, and I throw this box at him, and it's a toolbox of gnome-sized tools.
all right, and with that, the two gnomes begin parallel working. Parallel play being a thing that you do when you want to hang out with folks, but you don't necessarily want to be all jabby and in each other's stuff. And so you have the benefit of some companionship without someone annoying the hell out of you. And
I
some
like
people
that.
really dig that.
Yes, I do.
So, all right. And with that, you are continuing to sort of set up protections and little security traps while Zivid starts fiddling with this compass. Back at the bathhouse.
All a ruse, and we're all kidnapped.
Yeah.
The very expensive bathhouse.
Very expensive bathhouse. So the bathhouse has a variety of amenities. It does have just kind of bathing areas. There's not like there's no single open like bath. There are a lot of sort of narrow channels that have maybe like 5 foot by 10, 20 feet. And then some of them have shapes, and it just kind of creates almost a labyrinth of a variety of pools. And the further back you go, the warmer the waters get. So it's not like one pool where the water is like different temperatures. It's just like there's pools in the front, and then as you like, if you went into those, they'd be maybe just tepid. But then you go to the next one, and it's a little warmer, and it's warmer, and then like the hot spring baths are way kind of near the back. They also have a couple of mud springs kind of off to the sides. There are places set up for massage. There are places set up for just a variety of various spa activities. There's no acupuncture though, and nobody seems to know what that is when you ask them about it.
It's a method of using needles to open the energy paths in people's bodies.
It's not a thing here. It just
You can set up your own practice here someday. How about that?
no,
Free market
because
for it.
then you'll get them too excited.
Make a persuasion test, Aegis.
Oh, okay. Ooh.
Oh no, you've changed this person's life.
Demonstration.
Hey!
Hey, love it. I love it. I'm so
Your
excited.
massage therapist is very interested in this idea as you kind of like as you're getting your massage and you're kind of talking about it a little bit. And
It's a method with which. Oh, sorry, this. Not this. This. That might have been a little.
this is live. This is live, Roland.
For our podcasters, he just made a very inappropriate gesture.
Everyone, please hold for another break while I change the maturity rating of this stream.
Wow. So that is
Not
the thing
even
that
my
happened.
fault this time.
Okay, so but yes, this individual is very interested, and she asks like, where do they do this? And you tell her, and that sounds very far off and exotic, and etc.
Well, after she's done with my massage, I go, here. I imagine your hands are very tense. Give me. Do you mind? And I'll take my needles and I'll try to release the tension in her arm using acupuncture.
Do not fail.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping you don't murder this one.
I will use a success.
There you go.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, I wanted to find my way out of the bathhouse.
I think this is the best that we can ask for.
Yeah. Right.
Roland said, "I'm good at this."
Yeah.
Watch.
Yeah. I have to be good at this.
All right. So, with that, you do that, and that actually gets a couple more people to kind of look and pay attention to what's going on, and then
What is this?
yeah, exactly. And afterwards, she thanks you. She's like, "Wow, wow," and she's like, working her hand and that's just with needles. I didn't even really feel them when you put them into my arm. And I don't know why that one in my knee made my ear feel better. Like my ear can't go. Acupuncture.
It's all those energies
Yeah.
being released.
The energy pathways.
And,
your head.
You should draw a diagram before you leave so that this person who is now super interested in this doesn't go and just randomly start poking around.
Well,
I don't see a problem with people just poking other people.
And that is how Ashani Dim Mak was created.
There you go.
Anyway.
After my massage, Or do you have more description? Or
Well, I was going to say that she does ask if that is something you could teach her.
it takes years of training, but I can give you a brief, safe lesson.
I could draw you a diagram.
I told you
Yeah.
that was the best you were gonna get.
Yeah.
So, all right. And she nods and thanks you, and then
Aegis
goes
starts.
about to the next client.
Aegis is going to start
Where
writing his first
do-
book.
In
Yeah.
in the bathhouse. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
In the bathhouse, where do they expect people to put their stuff? Is it like a row of lockers? Is there an attendant of some kind? Like, where does people's stuff go?
So the stuff goes into a variety of cubbies that are behind a I'll say it's like a receptionist area, like a counter where
Yeah,
there
I'm
are
not
people,
leaving my weapon
and they
there.
and they give you a small notched stone that matches the notch on whatever cubby
No false walls. Like,
that you see
Anything like that.
up front. I mean, they're basically cubbies, so they're not. It's not even. They don't even like close them up.
They try not to make those real obvious. Defeats
I
the
know, but-
purpose of the hidden door.
This is a nice establishment, Panabon.
Yeah, because nothing bad ever happens in nice establishments, sister. I'm going to stab people in the eye and relieve their pain.
I'll note that nobody got stabbed in the eye with a needle.
I didn't
So
hear it.
far.
But Aegis did tell Panabon that is how it's done.
It's true.
And so-
I listen very carefully. I'm very good at listening.
True.
That's why I
So
talk a lot.
Perunia took her like her pack with her weapons, probably with her, and just left her clothes. So she has her pack of weapons and no clothes, and finds
Biker.
and I don't care. She doesn't have a whole lot of like modesty issues, and we'll just probably find a very, very hot alcove, and I'll probably keep my bag just like within arm's distance, because like I don't really feel comfortable being away from my swords, especially knowing who just let us in here.
Perfect. So I will roll up in a robe with a smile that you don't often see on my face, and I take off my robe, and it reveals my 14 charisma.
Oh,
I'm physically fit.
Oh.
Abs.
He's got abs. He's got abs.
I'd say in Orcish again, show off.
I let my bun down, and it falls down to the middle of my back, and then I just get into the hot tub, and I sink down to my face and blow bubbles, and then just relax.
You blow bubbles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like a you know what I mean?
I'm
Sigh
sorry,
of
but
relief.
I now feel
And then
I got to change the rating again. But I now just imagine that Roland calls his dick charisma 14.
he does now.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody's always got to say it.
I'm sorry. It took me a minute because 14 charisma. I was like, but he has no and then I was like, but strength? Is he mean strength? And then he was like 6-pack abs, and I was like, oh.
Brunia's
Oh.
like, did you have to choose this part of the bath?
You are here now. I assume that this was a good place to join. I'm
Locke
sorry.
is like
It's fine.
arguing. He's very confused about how getting in the mud is supposed to make him feel better. There's a mud bath, and he's being told to get in, and he's like, "But it's mud." That doesn't make any sense.
why are you arguing with mud? Out of curiosity,
I just don't understand.
it's
This
mud.
is pretty foreign to me. This entire spa thing.
Can I try to shove him into the mud?
Oh, please
You can
try.
attempt to shove rocks into the mud.
Oh God.
What
So-
do I use for that? What skill can I use? Sleight of hand to shove him? Sleight of hand is
We're going
something
to start with a sleight of hand, and if you succeed on the sleight of hand, then you will have advantage upon your pushing roll
How do I try to notice that sleight of hand?
with your perception.
Fuck.
Ooh.
I don't think you're gonna.
Oh,
Very
it was
close.
almost a 19, and then it wasn't.
Did you see that?
Oh,
Yeah, I
right?
saw it. I saw it. Yeah. Like you almost beat him,
I'm
and
watching on
then
the
no way.
screen.
I think we almost gave Danny a heart attack right there.
So
So red, Danny.
that's my lighting. Totally my lighting.
Right.
Okay, so with that, I'm just gonna with Randy's permission,
Yeah.
I'm just going to have John tell us what happens.
Okay, so Panabon hears this and is thinking, this is no big deal. To Panabon, and so Panabon just leans in to test like they're testing the mud, and then it's just like one of those. I'm doing this. You can't see my feet, so I don't know why I'm doing this like in my home, but like it's like that foot swipe thing where you just swipe at the back of someone's ankle, but somehow it's
I used to have a kid in elementary school who did that to me, who was my friend, but he used to trip me up all the
It's
time.
about the same, actually.
Yeah.
To be fair, I'm gonna dive in. I'm gonna plop myself in right after you, so it's not like I'm not going into the mud too. But
So
You see him go down, hits the mud, probably face first because he wasn't expecting to get tripped into mud. He comes up, his hat, or no, he wasn't wearing his hat. His dreads are all like dripping
No.
mud, and he is not pleased.
See, it's mud.
He
I think it's a worm.
sees Panabon jump in and goes, "You better sleep with both eyes open."
I normally do.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do it the rest of the time that I'm in your party.
Okay.
I'll get you back.
as you say that, and the mud does feel good. I mean, smacking into it initially did not feel good. Like it's not, water. It's like belly flopping into not water.
Yeah.
But then once you kind of relax into it, it does feel good. But I mean, you imagine the water would also feel good. But also you feel like you hear in the back of your mind this like kind of a repetitive croaking kind of sound that makes you think of laughter, but also the sound of crows kind of squawking. And then it fades away just a little bit.
She laughing at me.
And
That's so great.
It wasn't that one. It wasn't that one.
and we will close session there. It is 10 o'clock.
Rest
He just got his bath.
I'm not gonna lie, I did this all just for that reveal at the end.
I always love when a show ends with two guys rolling in the mud
There you go.
There you go.
and a charisma 14.
And a charisma 14.
Emoji.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
We've gotten some fan art already. Who will be the first to write our Like Clockwork erotica series?
Wait. No.
What
It can
is
be
the fan art
tastefully
now?
done with a little cloud of steam.
That's true.
Yes, but you've met us, Randy, and how tasteful are any of us?
Look, I'm just saying that in my head, the camera was like behind everybody all the time. So we were still like in the okay area.
Yeah.
And then Sarah just beamed the camera around the front. And
I mean, he did say abs. You kind of have to be that, if you see somebody's abs.
Yeah,
I think of Austin Powers where things are conveniently in front of the.
Yeah.
You guys get the pun and joke channel in our Discord that I hate so much, but if you give me like fart or dick jokes, I am all over that, okay?
thank you everybody for joining us tonight on Like Clockwork. I really appreciate everybody who came and watched the stream. I always, as always, appreciate our players who are vastly entertaining. I love a session where I have this much to do because they just take it away. And I feel so very lucky to have this particular players. And thank you, Sarah, our tech show, with as few technical issues as can possibly have. There's technical issues because it's Twitch, and there's technical issues. There's technical issues because people don't know what they're doing. Like I wouldn't know what I was doing, and we don't have those. So thank you very much, Sarah, as usual. And we are not going to be doing Like Clockwork next week. However, I will be available Sunday evening for I'll probably do some tabletop simulator and play some board games of some sort. And if you would like to join me, please do so. Just find me in Discord or wherever else you might find me. Coddlesworth at just about everywhere as well. And let me know that you'd like to hang out on Sunday night, and we will do so instead of this. And then we'll be back the week after. So, yeah, very much, very much happy to be here and happy to be playing with these individuals. And with that, we'll see you in 2 weeks, Like Clockwork.